Ahoy! Welcome aboard the high seas of the cNFTs. I am Mad Walthorn, your host and vampirate. This is a special episode of the high seas. Normally we're riding them live and dealing with all the chop that comes with it. But not today. Today we're going to be taking it a different route and doing a bit of snip here and there if need be. Yes, I can't wait to see this one air. On the high seas of the cNFTs. We need an opening logo graphic or something for high seas of cNFTs. I'm going to speak to that large pistachio that I see running around this place, and we'll see if we can't get some more funding secured. And then Ankerson would be a real star, wouldn't you, Ankerson? Ankerson, of course, is me own son. Truth be told, I'm not blood related to the boy, but I love him all the same. Ankerson, you're strong and silent, aren't you? And you should be up on the big screen and showing off all of your points and whatnot. So, we'll be speaking to a very special project out there, special to me specifically, the Seal Society. And as a vampirate, I've seen plenty of seals in the sea, let me tell you. And of course, as with every episode of the high seas of the cNFTs, we'll be consulting the pirate primer and making sure that we learn some more vocabulary. Even a pirate ought to learn some more ways to say piratey things, wouldn't you say? By the devil's twisted tail, it be so. And no bones about it. And that's our new phrase for the day. It means no doubt about it, or that's for sure, and no bones about it. And here there's a quote, as always. This one from my personal hero, Captain Long John Silver. He says, "We're willing to submit, and we're willing to submit if we can come to terms, and no bones about it." Well said, Captain. So, we'll be trying to sneak that one in. And if our special guests today feel like they want to say a no bones about it at any point, well, that would just be swell, wouldn't it? And no bones about it. All right, so we're going to begin here, and we're going to do so by bringing on our very special guest with a very special guest intro. Welcome aboard. Hello.
We're both trying to sneak it in.
Welcome to me ship.
Glad to be here.
Our matey.
Indeed. So, very glad to have fellow lovers of seals aboard ship, and no bones about it. We'd be very interested to hear a bit about your project for those who may not know. And if you'd like to share your screen, that's also an option. Otherwise, I can do some sharing myself.
Oh, yeah. Well, Captain Matt Walthorn, we just want to say thank you for inviting the Seal Society on here. No bones about it. We are just super excited to be on here right now and to be chatting with you, man. You know, the seals, the pirates, vampirate. You know, they kind of gave me an idea for maybe some vampire seals in the future. But yeah, we're excited, man.
Yes, well, the Seal Society has a very interesting website. It's the very first thing you see, and I wanted to show it off because it's quite an evocative experience. Let me show this.
Nice, thank you. It is nice having your son on here too. What's his name? Anchor?
Oh yes, Ankerson.
Ankerson.
Yes. Truth be told, related to me by blood. But
well, I can tell by the skin difference. I was thinking something to that effect.
Oh, very true, very true, Ankerson. Oh, you're a very, very special lad, aren't you?
Nice.
But here we are, taking the plunge into the Seal Society. Ooh, yes. I can feel the cold down to me bones, and no bones about it.
Nice.
Quite a few wonderful features here, and some exciting artwork as well.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah. Big shout out to
if you would.
yeah, big shout out to Oliver, our web consultant. He created the site. You know, he's been with us ever since the beginning. You know, developing our website. We've been through so many different versions of the site. We feel this one though is really cool, really neat. You know, it kind of got the nice intro. Then it kind of scrolls down and kind of get some details on, you know, all our interviews that everybody we've been featured on. Get a little bit of info about the different colonies. Yeah, this is, you know, this is like a little. You can just kind of leave it there, just vibe out a little bit. You know, we might put some little sneaky stuff in there one day, for anybody who who just want to vibe out on that little section. But
A fine thing. I love it.
yeah, it's almost like a little like kind of like a screensaver, like the back in the day style.
I
And then
I
you know, give a little bit of info on the fish coin, you know, our social coin in the Seal Society. But you know, I really like the site. You know, he done an amazing job. Kind of give everybody a little bit of info about what we got going on.
It
Also,
really covers the whole thing. Yes, very well.
oh yeah, yeah, and that's kind of what we wanted to do. Just kind of, you know, give some info about the project. So for anybody who don't know, Seal Society Gen One, we minted in early May of this year, and had an amazing mint. You know, the project done really well. We've been just building ever since then. Right now we got our Seal merch that's coming up literally today, later today, Governor's Ring mint.
Ooh,
Um, yeah, yeah. So
it'll
you know,
be
we've
slightly
been doing a
old
lot.
news by the time it comes out, but they'll all know that it happened right then and there. We were there planting our flag.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is our last pre-mint for Seal merch interview. That's why it's super exciting. It's like yeah, literally today things is going ham today. No bones
Well, it
about it.
must be a very exciting day. Cheers to you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, if you don't
Before
mind,
you
I like to tell a little story just for everybody who don't know about the Seal Society. So, for those who know, you probably heard this a million times, but uh, not in the too far future. The decentralized nation of Earth funded 4 travelers to go to this planet that looks habitable. And by the way, they recently just found another super Earth. This could be the Seal's planet. But on this, when the 4 explorers get to this planet, they land on the beach, but a big gust of wind hits them, and then the whole spaceship just crash lands. All the equipment is broken, and everything. Thank God, none of them died. You know, they got away with a few scrapes. So they get out, and then it's just the most beautiful beach they've ever seen. You know, just beautiful. But you know, they got to figure this stuff out. So they start getting supplies. They start getting their situation together, and before they know it, they get a little too comfortable, and they're surrounded, but they're not surrounded by humans or pirates necessarily, but they're surrounded by these seals. And but they're walking and talking, and they got outfits on, and they're smart. So long story short, the seals introduce themselves and let them know, you know, welcome to the seal planet, and they agree to help them fix their ship, the robotics colony. And that's how, you know, the we kind of got introduced to the seals, because there was an artist on that ship, and he agreed to create portraits of every single seal that he ran across. In this Generation One collection is just a few of the seals that he actually met. So that's a little backstory on how the Seal Society came to be.
That's really cool. I think I'm going to drop the pirate voice for at least the beginning or the middle of the interviews. Still working on the format, but yeah,
Ah.
it's a lot. Do love it though. But I'm sitting here thinking, okay, cool. I like this. I like that. How am I going to say that as a pirate? I got to get real. This is really cool. I didn't realize there was a whole planetary backstory thing. I mean, that's really exciting. It makes a lot of sense. You know, a lot of projects are just, you know, animal PFPs with animals doing a lot of crazy things, and you know, why not? It's not necessarily very logical, right? And that's fine. But if it were a whole planet, and this is just the way that things turned out, I can really dig that. I like that.
Nice, thank you, bro. Yeah, and the funny thing about it, seals are actually mammals. So you know, in another on another planet, there may be a planet where seals evolve to be the dominant life form. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's they are represented by colonies. So every single seal you see belongs to a different colony on the planet. So like That seal you have right there, he's a 9 to 5 seal. That one right there, he's a party seal. And there's 6
Uh-huh.
different
Look at
colonies in the
that.
Gen 1. Yeah, yeah, and so they all represent different aspects. We have military, sophisticated, robotics, and agents. And they all represent a different aspect of the society, of the
Oh,
colony. Yeah, that's what our agents, what our 007 styles. And
yeah.
yeah, and they all have their own lore, their own backstory, their own utility. We're creating this whole, like you say, this whole planet, this whole lore, this whole silverse. That's more of the long term goal, but we're creating it all, to really flesh it out and create a story. I mean, my vision is Hollywood. I'm thinking about a visual, really a move, because nobody's done seals like this, and
Uh-huh.
it's something that's a little more mature tone, not crazy, but kind of how the excitement of like the Marvel action, but a little bit more, a little darker, like Batman, like kind of mix in that tone, because it has some, I want to have some realism in there as well. But yeah, it's just so much we could do with these seals, that we could tell so much story, so much lore, and
Yeah.
yeah, we're really really excited about the possibilities of where it could go.
That's wild, man. I really love the vision, and yeah, I'm glad to be taking the time now and looking at all this. This is one of those projects that just somehow, just crossed in the night, just like you've never seen our show. We've been doing this since, forever.
Dude, and that's so real. It's so real, because I be thinking like, because in my little circle, like everybody know me, so it's like, okay,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
think you
exactly.
think
You
you know
get
everybody,
like
but then yeah, you get opened up. Like,
at
nice.
cNFT Con. Are y'all gonna be making it? cNFT
Oh,
Con?
oh hell yeah.
All right. Well, then in that
Yeah.
case, all the circles are gonna collide at cNFT Con. It's gonna be what is even gonna happen? I think that's the one of
Ooh.
the biggest, coolest things about it is just gonna break all the ice maybe, or introduce people that wouldn't be normally introduced, and yeah, cool stuff.
Yeah, no bones about it. We about to get
No
down.
bones about it.
But yes, we're super excited about cNFT Con. Big shout out to Marco. Big shout out to Nika Yas. Big shout out to Lucy. Big shout out to the whole team over there. For every all the hard work and everything that they're doing. They sent me an email yesterday like, "Hey man, you need to get some stuff in order with cNFT Con. You haven't ordered anything yet." So we're
Oh,
getting all that like right after this bit. Yeah, we're getting everything ready for cNFT Con. Just because it's going to be here before we know it. But yeah, we're excited. Are y'all doing anything at CNTCon? I know they're having like a lot of like
yeah.
guest speaker type things.
Yeah, yeah. So we got a booth and we've got interviews that we'll be doing. We were going to be on some panels somewhere. I'm not really sure, but we're going to be a part of it in some way. We
Nice.
actually did cNFTCon, the virtual one last year. It was mostly the news team, or at least half of the news team,
Oh sweet.
doing the interviews. And actually, Alyssa or Summer Horsegrave, the other anchor on this station here,
Nice.
she did the scheduling for the whole thing. It was like a it was surreal because this is like nothing that we've ever done before, and that's kind of what I wanted to bring this around to is where you came from before your journey into CNFTs and how you got involved in Cardano and backstory stuff.
So I'm from New York. Lived there pretty much my entire life. I have a interesting background: finance, technology, health, and I've worked on Wall Street. I have entrepreneurial endeavors that I'm doing right now as well. I came across the crypto scene first, probably about maybe over a year ago, probably a little bit longer, maybe let's see, maybe about like a year and a half or so. And then when the crypto market was like tanking, then I looked into NFTs and I started off with
Mhm.
Ethereum. Ethereum wasn't, that great. I didn't really like the crowd over there, although they have some pretty unique art and some great NFTs over there. I just kind of said, okay, there's several blockchains, look around and see what you like. Went to
Yeah,
Solano for a little bit. It was all right. But then when I stumbled upon the Cardano community and just kind of, checked out the vibe and, just the different projects that were releasing NFTs and stuff, I just kind of ended up sticking around, you know. for the long haul. So I've been in over in this space part, in particular, probably about like 8 months or so, maybe a little bit longer, but I can definitely say hands down, I definitely enjoy the Cardano community a lot better. And I think that, even with the projects that are releasing, you see the art just, being taken to another level, almost even from the time that I started up until now. So it's just great to see, a lot of the projects that are launching, the unique utility, even some of the 3D projects, getting a little bit more shine now in this space. So I just love to see just, all the projects and just all the talent and the abilities in the space, and just even the opportunity to build and have an impact in the space. So it's exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome. Yeah, I had the same initial experience starting in Ethereum and not finding any traction there, I guess. And then Cardano was the way. As soon as I found out about it, it was the way that they named their updates after these historical figures. I'd never seen anything like that in any kind of blockchain. I was like,
yeah,
insane that they're doing this. Like, I love it. That was the beginning. Stevie, yeah, where did you start?
Well, me, I'm from the West Coast, from Los Angeles, in a little city called Palmdale, and I got like more like LA underground hip hop scene. That's the way I was raised. In the church a little bit as well, but mostly spent a lot of time in the streets with my dad. In that hip hop underground culture. So
Right.
I was always around a lot of art, yeah, music and things like that. The way I found crypto very recently, actually. It's funny though, because I do remember when I was living at my mom's house when I was a teenager. I remember when man, I guess it was really that long ago, but she was saying, so they were saying something about, yeah, this thing called Bitcoin or something like that. I just remember them. I just remember that conversation way back in the day, and like and to see where we are now, it's like, wow, this really is the future. But I really found NFTs. My dad, he really hip to me. He was like, hey, there's this thing called, I know you like art and stuff like that. There's a thing called NFTs, and people are creating art and sharing it and this scene and this culture, and check these things called NFTs. So I was like, okay, I'll take a look. And as soon as I found it, I fell in love with the idea of art collecting. That really, because to me, for me it's art first, even still to this day. So I kind of fell in love with that, and then the opportunity also to make some money, to make some flips and stuff is cool as well. So I was like, okay, it's a win-win, on both sides. So I got in on Ethereum, and then I found out the dark side. I found out it was really good because I got rugged a couple times. I got scammed. I got into some bad projects, and then it was like, man, I was like, this thing is vicious, and I was like, you know what? I'm a creative person. I come from a creative background. I'm gonna hop on the other side of the fence, and instead of being like a consumer mostly, I'm gonna be a creator. So I was looking around for another blockchain because I didn't like Ethereum. I found Solana. I couldn't really catch a vibe for whatever reason, and I found Cardano. And it's funny because Cardano kind of reminded me of that underground LA culture, where it's like, a lot of people don't know about it. It's not like the big scene, but everybody that's in that scene like loves it, and they're like die hard. So that's what that's what really got me locked into Cardano. And then just been here ever since.
Wow. Okay. So how did you two get together on this project, and how did this project, where did it come from? What was the seed?
Well, you know what? I was thinking about creating a project. There was a couple different projects that was actually in my mind. So I had one called Sleepy Chibis. They were going to be these little chibi characters that fell under the spell. Like the switch cast them under a spell, and they were all sleeping, and they had different stuff. So that was the idea. I had another idea called the Hen House, and it was going to be these chickens and roosters and breeding and all kind of cool stuff. And then there was another one called Staking Pork, and it was going to be these pigs, and you could stake and get pork coin and use that to buy things. And then there was another one called the Sophisticated Seal Society, and it was going to be these seals that were sophisticated and have suits on and everything like that. Long story short, The seals is the one that came through. You know,
the
Yova,
winner.
our artist. Yeah, I think that was the best one of all of them. And our artist Yova, he did an amazing job. You know, with the collection, it looks like timeless to me. It's truly classic. Came together well. My wife actually told me a secret. Um, she said, "You know, the week you came up with the seals, your daughter was doing homework on seals, right?" And I was like,
What?
"Wow, that's deep." Yeah, like subconsciously, seals was in
You-
my mind subconsciously. Yeah. So yeah, that's where that came from. Nesta, you wanna tell them a bit about how you came into the seals and everything?
I was first uh, a consumer, a member of the Discord. So I pretty much was, in the Discord like everyone else as investors, really. And just, following, I participated in the mint and just following the trajectory of the project and everything. And, I had some ideas and, me and Stevie would talk behind the scenes just on just kind of how to structure things and organize it and just kind of make sure you stay on schedule, make sure that you're meeting the deadlines, the things that you say that you're going to do, making sure that it gets done. If not, crafting a narrative of that to communicate to people, and really just taking the project to the next level, like he mentioned before, the Hollywood being really the end goal. But but there's going to be a series of steps that we need to take to get there.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you don't just make that jump there. So really just, talking about things like that, and just as a team as a whole, really, spending a lot more time on honing in exactly what do we need to do to get to that end goal. So, we just, again, had a lot of conversations, and he just asked me one day, like I was a mod first actually, and then he asked me to be on the team. So that's just kind of how it started. And it really was a natural progression, because I really wasn't looking to be a part of like anyone's team or anything like that. But, Stevie's a great guy, and, the seals, I love the collection, and I love, everything that, the potential that this collection has. So it just kind of naturally happened organically. And so now I'm here. So I didn't start in the beginning, but I'm here now.
That's really cool. Yeah, I mean, joining through just a shared passion for the project, that's really great.
Yeah.
Very organic way to pick up team members.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
I think
Yeah, we
that's the
like to
right
we
way.
like to do it from the inside. It's
Yeah, it's like
well, yeah,
working from
most
the inside.
yeah.
All right, so you guys have you've got some merch coming.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that right?
this merch, man. It's been a true journey. Like we started this thing maybe like we meant it in May for Gen 1, and then we started Seal Merch maybe like July, like just starting to getting it going. If you would have seen the first sneak peeks, how rough it was, because I was actually doing it myself. This was before Yobo was
Oh,
busy
really?
with his life. I don't know if you've ever been to downtown LA. You're from New Orleans, so you know it's kind of city, downtown merch. How I got the big sticker shirts and stuff like that. So it looked really rough at first. Thank God Yoba, our artist, he stepped in. Yeah, took it to the next level. So the steel merch looks incredible. We're so excited to be presenting this, because I feel like there's nothing really like it on Cardano right now. There's a couple Ethereum projects that have it, but like it's not like a thing over here yet. And the way we're doing it, where every single item is redeemable for the physical merch, that's like it's like next level. Like I really feel like we're really taking this to the next level. So everything you see here is literally redeemable for the physical item. So
That's
you
so
can
cool.
yeah, it is so sick. So we got hoodies, we got socks, we got joggers, sandals, we even got jewelry or silver pendant, we got backpacks, we got shorts. And one of the cool things is like, all right, it is still merch. We're the ones doing it, but certain items, we have a lot of friends in the space. You can actually put your NFT from one of our friends collections on your merch. So it's yeah, it's deeper than just a seal thing. Like it really is a Cardano thing. So like let's say these shorts, for example, you can put your mutant DAO NFT here. You can put your boss cat here. You can put your
Yeah.
we got so many partners, Wizards, Bad Fox, Space Otters, Snake Ape Speakeasy. If you go on if you go on our Discord, we got like it's over like 30 projects that we partner with. But anything you see an NFT
Wow.
on, yeah, you can put your own custom NFT. So I mean, we really want to take this to the next level,
Yeah.
provide something that the space hasn't really seen.
So how does it work on y'all's end when they go to redeem it? Like, what's that process?
So in the Discord, we have a channel specifically for the merch, and if you want to redeem, then we create your own channel for you to talk with you. All you do is fill out a Google form with all your shipping information. You send over the merch NFT because every single one gets burned once it get redeemed, and then
Oh, really?
yeah, and you just got to have your merch NFT and the NFT that you want on it in the same wallet, just for verification purposes. Once we go ahead and get that, go ahead and ship it out, burn the NFT, and you get your item.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely next level. And the thing too is that
Wow.
everything gets burned. So it's like, bro, who's gonna have the last pair of socks?
Yeah,
It's like that's what
exactly. And then what's gonna happen? Yeah, that's really
yeah.
fun.
So it's definitely gonna be next level. And we've got a lot of colorways. Something I feel like we got a little something for everybody. We got boots, you got all kind of cool different stuff.
So I'm seeing. Oh,
It wouldn't be an interview if Stevie's kid didn't show up. One of them tends to show up. It's so cute.
Yeah, I'll come out there in a minute. But no, my kids they stay rating the like a real pirate. They stay rating the interview. No bones about it.
we're gonna have a kid coming here pretty soon ourselves. We're gonna have all sorts of complications to our
Congrats, man.
meeting.
Nice. Boy or girl?
It's gonna be a boy coming in November.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Congrats, fam.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Our first very exciting time.
Oh yeah, I got 3 of them. I'll tell you, the first one is the most nerve-wracking. Once you get through that first one, the other ones come like dominoes. You just you start knocking them down.
Not as intimidating anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this merch thing is really cool. I wanted to ask you though about I'm not really sure what I was looking at there. What you were sharing was Ethereum based in some way. Is there a crossover there?
This is my secret sauce. I'll go back to it really quick. So I use I use a generator called Bueno Generator, and man, I tote this generator every time because I feel like without it, my life would have been hell for even Gen 1
Yeah.
in this collection. Yeah, it's I heard about it from Gary Vanderchuck. I think that's how you say his name. He was doing a podcast about NFTs and stuff, and he was toting it. And I was like, let me take a look at it. So I've been in since beta. It just works so well. You can create rules. You can create like for instance, like the rarities. I was like, man, how can I put rarities? I was gonna put
Yeah.
an invisible trait layer, but by doing that, it was gonna create a bunch of copies of the NFT that I didn't want just because it was still a layer. So you can actually create tags. So the rarity trait is just a tag, so it doesn't like have to generate another layer. You can create rules where only this trait mixes with that trait. It's just super cool, man. Yeah, it's
Nice.
super cool.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Very nice. Oh, detail about the merch. How many total? What's the drop deets?
Today, actually, in about an hour from now, is the governor's ring mint. So if you're a governor, which means you hold 1 seal of every single colony, you get to rent. Rent. You get to mint the governor's ring, which is these rings right here. And
Oh yeah.
so they exclusive got those for the governors to be sure that they get a governor's ring. Whitelist mint is this Friday at it starts at 3:30 p.m. UTC and it goes all the way till 11:59 p.m. UTC. And in the whitelist, it's 105 ADA each. Supply 2022, and we feel like that's extremely fair. What we did, we took the most expensive item, the least expensive item, found a nice middle ground, including the shipping. So
Oh,
you know, we
really?
feel
Yeah.
like yeah, this is like
Is
yeah,
it
we just
international shipping? Like, what's any restrictions there?
no international. Yeah, we got an amazing drop ship partner. So yeah, we really got lucky with this one and blessed to be able to do something like this for the space. You know, it's
That's really
definitely
interesting.
next
Yeah,
level.
I wasn't aware of this at all. So I'm very glad that we get to share this out. Very cool.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
I love
yeah.
to look at these. So many options. Look at all that stuff. That's great.
Yes. It's like a little you go to your own little shopping mall here and kind of you
Yeah,
know kind of swag. Man, seeing people in seal merch at CNFT Con is gonna be so cool, and also seeing people
yeah,
with the merch but with NFTs from our friends projects is gonna be cool as well because you know I think
yeah.
that's gonna be a big
Crossover.
thing.
That's really nice. So for cNFT Con, you guys have any special plans going?
So if you are a seal holder, we are gonna do fish and chips. You know, we are seals. Hey, Walter, and you probably want to be there for the fish and chips.
Uh,
Yes, yeah, so that's gonna be cool. It's gonna be at Gordon Ramsay's. We don't know if we're gonna do it at the restaurant or just order it and get it, you know, DoorDash or whatever to our booth at
true.
CNFT Con. But either way, all seal holders, if you're a holder, we're gonna have a form you fill out if you're going da 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 da, so we can know how many to order, and we're doing fish and chips for all the holders. Um, you know, we're gonna have a booth. The goal is to have one of those, you know, those cardboard things you put your face in, where
Yeah.
you could take a yeah, you could take a picture as a seal. We're gonna get a mascot guy with a seal, you know,
Oh,
mascot
cool.
walking around. Yeah, you know, and you know, the booth we want to kind of tell a story about the lore mostly. I don't think we're gonna be selling anything per se. That's still up in the air. But it's gonna be more like an experience that you trying to walk in, like, oh, you know, I know about the Seal Society. I met them. They're cool, you know, and just kind of, you know, kind of just be a part of the whole CNFT con.
Yeah, that's rad.
Yeah, man,
All
we're
right.
super excited. We're super excited about it. I hope to get a guest speaker spot as well. I'm still in talks with Marcos and him, you know, just to go over my story of what I learned about creating a CNFT, because I learned
Yeah,
some life lessons, like some real life lessons in
yeah,
this whole experience, man, that really woke me up to some real things that I didn't know about myself, some flaws and
mm,
stuff that I had to grow out of it and become stronger in. And also just this whole space in what it all entails. And also in team building and creating and building community. I've never done anything like this where, you know, you have a whole community of people that
yeah,
you know, rely on you in regards to the project, you know, so it's definitely been a learning experience, man.
yeah. It's a totally new thing. I mean, did you have any experience similar to this in your life leading up to it? Like,
Um,
yeah,
I was a musician when I was in my early teens and early 20s. And you know, I've had fans and things like that. I never like it never like blew up like crazy. I also was a big member of we used to play Super Smash Brothers competitively. We had a crew called the
really?
Palmdale Smash Crew. Yeah. Yeah, so that was like a big first community that I was really deeply involved in, going to tournaments every weekend,
Dang,
traveling interstate. And
really? Wow, that's pretty intense. All right.
yeah, yeah, it was really cool. Link is my main. Shout out to all the Link mains back out there. But that was like a first like community I was in where like that. I guess I'm just attracted to that idea where it's like, you know, a lot of people don't know about it, but those who do, their heart and soul is in it. So I get
Yeah,
involved with things like
that's kind of our theory for the news as well.
that.
We got some people who watch it all the time. I can't even believe it, but you know, not that many. But we love it. I mean, just being a part of so there's so much connection inherent to just being so passionate about the same thing. Even if it's from
That's
different
real.
sides, you know, it's still the same passion.
Yeah, that's real. Oh, now, what? Why did y'all start this CNFT news? Like, what kind of got you going on that? What was the
We
idea behind
started
it?
off all the news team, the three original members, my wife and I, and Tyler, were doing our own interview shows. Marco snatched us up. Marco of BuffyBot. He had a
Ah.
YouTube channel. He was doing interviews, and he was like, "Come on and do it on our channel." And we are like, "Okay." We didn't. We were like going to start from zero, and he had like 2,000 or something. So we're like, "Yeah, great." Good follower jump. We'll just do that for a while. So we did that. doing individual interviews of artists and projects in the cNFT space. That was like starting in May of 2021 or something, and
Okay.
or maybe even earlier than April, maybe. And yeah, so we moved to Marco's channel. We got together, started being friendlier, and we were like, we should just talk about what's happening in the space. And then we
That's
started
real.
doing that, and we're still doing it.
Nice. It's good to be able to keep doing something, man. That's cool.
Yeah, we moved to our own, our own channel. We're still very tight with BuffyBot though.
Feel you?
So that's how we got to where we are, and how we're getting forward is by talking to even more people and making more friends. And I'm really glad to have met y'all. This was really cool.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna call you Trevor, aka Matt
Yeah,
Wallthorn.
I'll be slipping back into the hat here just in a moment because we're coming to the end of this thing. But I did want to end with some sincerity before putting on the getting a little crazy again.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, we appreciate you, man. It's been amazing, and like you said, I want to meet you in person because I feel your vibe. I feel that. Are you from New Orleans? Just real
I'm
quick.
not actually. My wife is. I'm actually from Michigan, where I am now. I was
Are
in
you
New
from
Orleans for
Michigan?
10 years. Yeah, but before that, yeah, I just came back to Michigan after 15
Okay.
years. I was in Chicago, then New York, then New Orleans. New Orleans was my
Okay.
favorite.
Okay. Nah. Yeah, because you got a city vibe for sure. Yeah, like city people, you got to catch up to us, and I can feel that in you. Like you
Yeah, I
got
was
that
in the city.
expression. You influential.
I ran in the cities for a while. And now, I mean, like, I feel like I didn't even leave now because we've still got this such connectivity, and there's Twitter spaces now, and like you're still in touch with that same vibe of people, even if I don't like see them physically around here.
I feel you. That's real. That's one thing that's special about this space too. Is I've met so many people from across the world. Like that, like to be able to do that, I think that's something that makes this space special too. It's like a
Yeah,
lot of people you connect with. Most of them don't live in your state. Some of them don't even live in your country, but y'all build, genuine relationships. I think that's something special.
yeah, 100%. All right, well, I think I better pick up my anchor here and bring it to the end. So, we've learned a lot traveling the high seas of the cNFTs, and no bones about it. And what's important here is that no seals were harmed in the making of this project. So we can, I assume, I guess, am I right in that assumption? Did you?
I hope so.
No, but seriously, thank you all for coming aboard my ship and sharing your stories and your journey along with the high seas. We're all on the same high seas. We may not all be aboard a fine ship such as this one or have a fine sun such as Ankerson here, but we're all still out there on the same sea at the very least, and we should remember that.
cNFT news.
You're as salt as I am. They are. All right, by the Dallas Twisted Tail, it's time for us to end our journey together here. Thank you for joining us, Stevie and Nessa. And if there are any final remarks, calls to action, shout outs, etc., you'd like to make before you disembark, please be my guest.
Well, I definitely want to say thank you to the entire cNFT news family. Let me try to get my pirate voice on. I'm gonna become a Stevie the Scallywag for a moment. I would like to say thank you to the entire cNFT news community. Thank you for everybody who watched and stayed tuning to cNFT news. 1 year strong. We're growing. We're doing amazing things. Shout out to Walton. Shout out to Anchor. Shout out to the entire family. Much love to you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That was a good impersonation.
You've done wonderfully. You're welcome back aboard the ship anytime.
Thank you, matey.
All right. Well, we're going to play out our little outro here. Thank you guys both for joining us. And we'll see
Thank you for having us
next time.